Welcome back, new viewers and Game Bears. Time for some more Super Mario Galaxy, and today we're continuing with the terrace after we had gotten 5 power stars. You know, as soon as my cursor over here feels like working. Alright, let's start the new Galaxy. Come on, game. If you feel like doing this, okay. This is gonna be a pain every time I want to do this. But anyways, let's begin. Why don't we go back to Good at Galaxy, try to get one of the stars I want to see. Let's see, what's our next mission? Today we have King Caliente's Battle Fleet. Let's do it. Alright, we're on a few battleships over here. We're gonna play Battleship with Bowser's minions. Alright, once again we're starting on this here planet. Too bad you can't climb trees in this game like in some of the later games. Or actually like in Super Mario 64. Speaking of, climbing trees in that game always looked a little weird to me. I don't know. Alright, fine, let's just do this easier and get you guys out of the way. Hey, you can't shoot rocks, can you? Yeah, we already knew that. Let's go. I get the toad out of there. Hey, good sir, how'd you end up in there in the first place? Whoa, you saved me! Thanks, Mario! In return, I'll tell you a secret about this place. Apparently, the spiky things just hate coconuts. Shake the spin and smack them into the coconuts into them. Kind of already knew that, so it wasn't much of a secret, but thanks for the tip nonetheless, I suppose. And you're just still spinning like that? You're not getting tired anytime soon, Mr. Toad? No? Okay. Not gonna bother with that. Alright, these little coconuts over here. Kind of like the ones in Super Mario Sunshine, only, as the Toad mentioned, we can spin them. Actually, it wasn't coconuts in Super Mario Sunshine, it was the durians that you could kick around, so this is likely similar to that. Right like that, and it easily breaks them. There we go. And gives us a neat little warp star. Toad was just, not Toad. That Goomba was just minding his own business and I had to hit him. Alright, giant Pokey over here. First, this is the only place in the game these guys show up at, actually. Could be wrong. Obviously, I'll try to slam his head down. But these coconuts here will assist us in getting rid of them. And then get in the way of these spike things here. Now let's try it again, by a different angle. Yeah, thanks for killing that Goomba for me. Well, not exactly killing him, I guess. Actually, no, he's dead. It was just a delayed death animation. Let's go. Alright, we got giant chain chomp spheres balls. I don't know. Alright, we're not gonna go into those just yet. Alright, one thing that the second player can do if you're playing them, the second player plays Luma would be able to immobilize the target, and that's the best way to kill those guys, have them run into each other. But since we don't have access to a second player, we sadly cannot do this. But instead, we can get rid of some of these Goombas here and make things easier for us before we click the giant question mark coin there. Or just do this instead. Rainbow Mario, just like in the previous episode, we are invincible. And no enemy can harm us for the duration in which this lasts. So, get the star coins in here while you... The star coins. the star bits while you can. And I think that's another way you can destroy those chain chomps, but we don't need to worry about them right now. That's way too close, but I was still able to hit him anyways. Not to mention that worries me a little bit. Well, time to jump down there to see what happens. Oh, it's a little wall. We can't even go into it. Oh. That. How did I not get hit by that? I'm not complaining. Ah. Oh, it was worth the damage boost to get over here. Because simple coins. Alright, and full builds in this game are enemy secret. However, we can use this to our advantage, have them slam dab into a wall. Now we just need to get up top here. Get the Octoroks out of the way. Rude, man, you don't hit me like that. And that's another little way to destroy those chain chomp spheres. There's also, like, those little blue guys that will latch onto you kind of like a leech. There's an awful lot of Nintendo enemies that are like that during the Wii era. Not just these guys, but some enemies from Super Smash Bros. Brawl as well. Which that game released only a few months after this game. But again, discussion for another day, so let's not go too much into that. I guess I ain't getting those star bits. Your attacks won't reach those mean-looking aliens. But here's a great idea. If you tried to bounce something back at them. Gee, I wonder what that'll be. Alright, you can only bounce back the coconuts they shoot out towards you. These green things. And it gets rid of them. Funny how they have smart targeting on there, but I'm not complaining that they have that, because we wouldn't be able to reach them otherwise. Kind of reminds me of some fights in the Lego Star Wars games. You gotta reflect the clone blasters back at them. And the game kind of like auto-reflects them back when you block them. Just so you're more likely to actually hit them. Could have gotten all three of those, but ah well. And there's something neat in here. Look at that. Health mushroom is ours. Thanks, game, for being so gracious. Alright, I was wrong in the previous episode. You can still do this type of jump. It just takes a little bit to charge, plus, unlike later Mario games, there's no indication on when that's fully charged. Trying to kill him without getting hit. And you get to be stayed alive. Left alive. Proper grammar. It's very important. Also, how did I get shot past the fan there? Whatever. Yeah, little Luma, what's going on? Be careful! There's big danger up ahead! If things get really bad, shoot a starbit at one of those lights on the ground. And then a coin will pop out, and grab it to replenish some of your life. Oh god! I didn't even see that there. King Galiante. And, oh, never mind, I'm taking damage anyways. But hold up a second. If you'd be so kind to wait a minute. Just need to do what the loom over here says. And this is why I will not be using the strategy too often, because man, is it hard for me to point that out when I'm sitting in a chair. Anyways, let's continue. Alright, just like those previous Octorok guys we saw on the ship. Anytime he shoots a coconut at you, fire it back at him. However, he will shoot those red flaming hot spheres back at you. Alright, there's one good hit. Throughout the fight, he'll try to bat those coconuts back at you. Almost like a game of Legend of Zelda against Ganondorf. Fine, if I could, just like that. Two Nintendo franchises that force you to play a game of tennis. Or ping pong, whichever you want to say. I'll get some of these Starbits. Uh-oh. Alright, these enemies are quite special. Alright, never mind. Not as special as I thought, just avoid them. Oh, got it. Take this. Yeah, your block was too slow, dude. King Caliente, more like King Calamari. I cooked him. Quite literally, too. Wonder what he tastes like. Anyways, time to collect our prize. You got a star.
Oh, yeah.
You've discovered a new galaxy. A hungry Luma has appeared. Let us save the game. You know what they say, it's good to keep a record. As soon as my cursor feels like working. That almost had it. Let me go back a little. Alright, there we go. Thank you, DJ Noel 890 for becoming a gamer bear. Alright, a new galaxy, what have we unlocked? And almost time for the Mario Galaxy movie, and we've got Flip Switch Galaxy. Pretty obvious what we're going to be doing here, it seems. Alright, painting the planet yellow. Can't say painting it red, that'd be too graphic. Yep, on this coming Wednesday. That's when it's coming out. And as we've seen on one of the previous galaxies, we just gotta make everything on here yellow. But avoid every single hazard you can. We're not dying that early. Alright, oh my god, I got zapped. Anyways, a simple ground pound actually doesn't kill him. I thought it would kill him. That makes some sense. Oh my god. Can't be dying too early. Oh no. Ah. Alright, well, we try again. Okay, never mind. I thought I was gonna get hit there. God, the directions on here really throw me off sometimes. Okay. And I'm dead. Oh, there was no wall there. Alright, before I keep making myself look like a fool. Coin while I can, as soon as I can. You know, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Oh, come on, dude. At least I'm on the platform. No, it's just, you know what, we can go inside over here, make this a little easier. And there we go. See, that was easy. I totally did it first try.
Oh, yeah.
And galaxy completed. A new galaxy was discovered. We have discovered an enemy base in the region. We can only hope they are not misusing the powers of that poor Grand Star. That's Bowser. He's misusing it, alright. Let's go confront him. Bowser Jr.'s robot reactor. Let's do it. Mega Legs Moon.
Yes.
And we start on this here planet with these helmet Goombas. Get tossed over like that, but you can't simply jump over on them. Either have them drop into the holes, or you can jump on them yourself. If you're feeling bold enough, that is. Or why don't we get one of our lives back while we're at it? Come on, old Bold Bill, you can see me over here. I get a 1-up to make up for the ones I lost. Now we need to do the same thing to get this here Warp Star. Oh, look who it is. You made it. But I won't even need my dad's help to take care of you. Go, Adam Megaleg, stop him with the power of your Grand Star. There's actually a glitch in this area. If you manage to come here before that cutscene activates, Megaleg over here won't activate. But I'm gonna play through this normally, as you can see. And I think this design is also partially based on a snippet. But anyways, as you can see here, we can just walk up this here ramp. Alright, these bullet bills do follow us. Thought they wouldn't for a sec. Alright, now we just need to break this here using the bullet bills that are being shot at us. Alright, and there's a neat little thing we can do. Just go over here. Or we better do that when there's a bullet bill over here. We can even skip this area if we're good enough at it. Hey, come on, bullet bill, you can see me. Just gotta break down those walls. There's a way you can do it without having to break down the walls, but I guess we're not doing that. And then they will eventually turn back on afterwards. And there it goes. Don't need to break down a wall, just jump over there if you're skillful enough. Alright, time to claim our prize. That's a neat little sunset over there, or sunrise, I should say. And that is the next Grand Star obtained. You got a star. Mega Legs Moon. Galaxy completed. And you discovered a new galaxy.
Look.
That ball of flame represents the power of the observatory. We can call it the beacon. When you recover a grand star, a little star power will be restored and the beacon will grow. The common observatory can use that power to fly through the universe. Once all the power is restored, we will even be able to fly to the center of the universe. Now the power is on in a new dome. The newly opened dome is called the Fountain. It's really quite relaxing. By the way, have you looked at the map? It contains information about galaxies as well as domes. If you forget the location of a dome, don't hesitate to speak with me. I'm sorry, we have a map. Why would I need to speak with you if I could just, look at the map? Alright, anyways, why don't we go talk to this here hungry Luma for a sec. Hey you! Yeah, you! Got any tasty Starbits? Well, not if you're talking to me like that, dude. If you feed me a bunch of Starbits, I'll burst into a with snacky happiness and then transform. I'm famished. I need 400 Starbits to curb the hunger pangs. Alright, how many do I even have? Oh, just enough. That's it, I'm stuffed. Here we go. Transform! The sweet, sweet galaxy has appeared. Alright, if we take the pink warp star, we can get a little side mission going here. And throws us into level select. Rocky Road, you know what type of ice cream. Hey man, they weren't kidding when this was a rocky road with a bunch of holes in it. Should have been called Holy Road, but there's no ice cream out there named Holy Road.
Yes.
Anyways, we just gotta walk through this very tasty looking floor over here. Headcanon, maybe there's a giant beast that came to this galaxy to eat all the holes. And I'm dead. Well... I gotta be very careful here. At least there's coins here. Alright, good. Made it past the first one. Why don't we get a few Starbits while we're at it? Alright, now these ones move sideways. Well, that was a lot easier than that first section. Alright, another life for us to make up for that last one we just lost. Alright, here is the last section. And before we continue, getting the Starbits the lazy way. They should make a book just called The Lazy Way to Do Things. Alright, and we're almost done here. Give me some more of those Starbits. I love mint chocolate. I just like normal chocolate, or dark chocolate, or milk chocolate. They're all pretty good. Alright, time to claim our sweet, sweet prize.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got a star, and we have 10 of them. Galaxy completed. Save the game as always. You know what they say, it's good to keep a record. And as we've seen before, unlocked a new diamond now that Hungry Luma just becomes a normal Luma, after their respective galaxy. Want to go to the Sweet Tooth Galaxy? No need. But it's nice that the game allows you to go back there if you want to. Some games would have been like, oh, now you're done with it, you just can't go back. Alright, we can go in this little teleporter. I guess, yeah, it's a teleporter. And as I did with the terrace, I'm gonna try to fly up here. Using my many movement options, I could get to the top of the dome. And I think I can even enter through here if I remember correctly. Actually, no, I can't. That's a later dome in the game. Anyways, let's just go in here and see what it looks like. This is quite nice looking, actually. Dare I say, a fountain, like it's called. Oh, of course. Here's the map. And now if we grab this, with 9 power stars combined, the galaxy we've unlocked is Space Junk Galaxy, which I think we should save for the next episode. So, if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow me with Vince you see on screen now on YouTube and that bell button for more. Special thank you to DJ Noel for joining me, or for joining us today and becoming a Gamer Bear. And consider answering the question of the day. Well, I'll have one in the link in the description below. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Have a bearific day.